Hey guys, it's me, Pokemon. I'm back, and today I'm going to be talking about the upcoming update and what characters we can expect to be coming. So this is my favorite time of month. I love when a game has some new characters coming. It just freshens up the game. It's exciting to speculate who's going to be coming, especially in games like Marvel-focused games where you actually know the characters already. It's exciting to think about how they're going to work in the game. And thanks to Casino, again, I'll try to put his Discord link down below so you can join his Discord. He likes to slip a little bit of information to us over the month about what's going to be coming in the next update, and I've sort of compiled everything he said, and then I'm going to go through it today, and then I'm also going to look at Marvel Future Fight so I can look at these characters in another game to then give you guys sort of a view on what they might be able to do in Marvel Strikeverse. So first off, the character we know is coming next month is Ultimate Spider-Man, aka Miles Morales. So as I'm sure everybody knows, Spider-Man Into the Multiverse, I think that's what it's called, is coming out December 12th, 13th next month. Really looks like a pretty good movie, but anywho, so that's what next month's gonna be themed around. It's gonna be themed around Spider-Man and Spider-Man characters. So we're gonna be getting 3 characters next month. The first one we know is Ultimate Spider-Man. It says he'll work well with Spider-Man. He does extra something about defense downs. He can remove up to 3 buffs if they have defense down. And then something, we have another character that's coming. And another thing to note, there's a Spider-Verse tag. So as I was saying earlier, Spider-Man and Venom, somewhat homeless characters. But if we get this new Spider-Verse tag, you know, potentially some of these characters could start finding teams to go into focused around the Spider-Verse tag. Ultimate Spider-Man can gain stealth. I assume he should be also able to apply stun, because as we see with Miles Morales, that is something he can commonly do. And he can apply disrupted, so maybe that is sort of what he's doing with this stun. Well, I'll show him in Future Fight so you guys get an idea for Miles Morales' skill set. And then he says 2 Spider-Verse characters, and then we're getting a 3rd character that's not necessarily focused on the Spider-Verse movie, and he's just a Spider-Man franchise villain that we don't know about. And then Casino won't tell us who the 3rd character is. So the one thing I'm unsure of with this is I don't necessarily know how the Spider-Verse tag is going to work. Like, is this only going to the good Spider-Man, you know, the different Spider-Man across the universe, or is this going to all Spider-Man characters? I'd say right now, I'd hope it only goes to the heroes, the Spider-Man heroes, so that way then we could get a Sinister Six sort of tag, and then we could build a team around the Sinister Six eventually, so that they could have that tag. That's how the Spider-Man villains could sort of work together. But right now, I'm going to go into Future Fight, and I'll take a look at Miles Morales, and I'll sort of show you some of the other characters I'm kind of expecting to come. Now, when they say 2 Spider-Verse tags, that does make me think 2 heroes are coming, and then 1 villain. But I don't know. I was originally under the impression we were getting 1 hero and 2 villains. First off, I'll show you Miles Morales. So you just get a 1. This is the character we 100% know is coming. So he just got a new uniform in Future Fight, the Fallen Titan of a game. But I'll show you what it looks like. So as you can see, he has the acrobats of Spider-Man. And as you can see right now, he also has electric power. So he can stun people with his little electric powers. I'm sure there's a more technical term for it, but he has electric powers. Of course, spider webs. There's his little electric power. And then more electric powers. And then more electric powers from Miles Morales. So Miles Morales without his uniform is a little more easy to follow because he doesn't... the Future Fight meta's gone pretty crazy, so what you just saw from Miles Morales is kind of like an Uber version of Miles Morales. This is a little bit more of a normal Miles Morales here, a little more in line with what you could expect from him in Marvel Strikeverse. So you can see spider webs, he stuns. He also went invisible right there. He doesn't have a skill where he full out goes invisible, but as you can see, he's stunning people right here. But that is something he's capable of doing. He can camouflage himself. So when they say 2 Spider-Verse characters, as in other versions of Spider-Man, that does bring up interesting questions of who the other Spider-Man could be, if that's how it's to be interpreted. You could do like an Agent Venom or something like that, but I don't think they're going to add another Venom character considering we just got Venom. But there are other Spider-Men throughout the Spider-Verse. The most famous Spider-Verse character outside of Miles Morales, I'd say, is Spider-Man 2099. He has like these razor blades on his hands. You know, he's very fast, kind of crazy, especially in Future Fight because he's a paywall character, so he's pretty ridiculous in here. But as I can see, very fast, you know, future stuff in his kit. You know, they could do Spider-Man Noir, but he's a little lesser known. But again, he is in the movie, so that does help him out. But if I had to guess one more Spider-Man character, I would guess Spider-Man 2099. There is also Ben Reilly, I think. That's more like that's another Spider-Man, but he seems to be a little more normal. I don't think he has anything too crazy in his kit, but I know he is another famous Spider-Man. Again, I might have his name wrong because yeah, I haven't really seen him much in the comics because again, I think his skill set lines up pretty much with Spider-Man's, but that is another relatively famous Spider-Man. In terms of villains, I 90% guarantee that one of them is Carnage. Now, why would Carnage be there? He doesn't have anything to do with the movie. Why do you think Carnage would be the other villain? Well, I think Carnage was a character they were working on back when the Venom movie was coming out, and they didn't get him done in time, so they're just kind of pushing him out with the Spider-Man update. Now, why do I think this? It's because I feel like I've heard murmurs of Carnage coming to the game. I don't know where. I can't give you a source, but I feel like I've heard murmurs of it. I think I remember somebody saying Carnage is coming. But as you can see, Carnage, pretty much like Venom, except red. Very cool. I mean, Venom's a super cool character, and Carnage is also a super cool character. So as you can see, a lot of morphing stuff in his kit. Awesome character. I'd be super excited to get to see Carnage in the game, and he should be a very fun character to see in terms of animations, because as you can see, he's kind of feral. I'd say that's the best word for Carnage. He's a pretty messed up dude. He's little not just a little homicidal, and I bet his animations would be pretty awesome, because I mean, look at that. You can't trust this guy. Other Spider-Man villains to talk about, I'd say the two most likely other Spider-Man villains for us to get. Dr. Octopus, sorry, I don't think he's going to make the cut at all. He's not even somebody I'm remotely considering. You know, the two I am thinking about, sorry, Sandman, you didn't make the cut either. Sorry, Rhino, didn't make the cut. I think Lizard has a relatively good chance of making it in because I think he's in the movie. They have different versions of all the characters in the movie, but I'm pretty sure Lizard's in the movie. Lizard's pretty unique in terms of what he can do that a lot of characters can. He can apply poison. I mean, he's a lizard man, so he's pretty visually interesting. And I mean, I like Lizard. I'd kind of want him to make it into Marvel Strike Force. All right, guys, I like Lizard. I just want him in the game. The other character I think is relatively likely is Green Goblin. Green Goblin to me is sort of the arch nemesis of Spider-Man, aside from Venom, but I'd consider Venom more like an anti-hero. Green Goblin's like the real baddie. You know, when you think who's the equivalent of Joker to Spider-Man, I think Green Goblin. And Green Goblin, another really cool character that I'd really like to see Marvel Strike Force. A lot of awesome stuff in his kit with his little whatever you'd call this, his hover thing. You know, he can throw out these exploding pumpkins, poison gas, a lot of fun stuff he can do. So I'd really like to see him make it in to Marvel Strike Force. But those are the characters I think are likely to come in next pack. We know Miles Morales likely to be a Spider-Verse hero controller, and then either there's one mystery character right here in my mind, and that's either a Spider-Man, another Spider-Verse character. If it is a Spider-Verse character, I'm gonna go with Spider-Man 2099. If it's a villain character, I'm gonna go with Lizard. And then we have this third character right here, and I think it's Carnage because I think they've had work on Carnage after they've worked on Venom. Or at the very least, Carnage should be easier to do now that they have a lot of the effects done for Venom. You can just sort of take those effects and just sort of color them red, and there you go, you have Carnage. So I just think Carnage is pretty easy in their mind to make. Alright, so I just finished recording what you're watching right now, and I was ready to go eat dinner, and then I realized I was only thinking Spider-Man. I was thinking Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I wasn't thinking about the Spider-Women. So I'm going to leave what I said in this video right in front of this because, again, if you're only thinking Spider-Man, then what I said 100% applies. But if you want to think the entire Spider-Verse, there are a ton of great candidates for Spider-Women, and one of those great candidates are actually in the Spider-Verse movie, Spider-Gwen. So as I said back then, for that second character that's either going to be a hero or a villain, not quite sure on. If they're a hero, forget Spider-Man 2099. We don't need him anymore. Spider-Gwen, she's a lock for that slot if it's a hero. She's in the movie. I mean, come on. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't see this before. A guaranteed lock for that second slot if it does happen to be a hero. Spider-Gwen is there. There's no other character that fits more than Spider-Gwen. You know, Spider-Man 2099, he's a niche character. Spider-Gwen is actually in the Spider-Verse movie. Just, it's Spider-Gwen, guys. That second character, it's definitely gonna be Spider-Gwen. Just no doubt about it. But I will show you one other Spider-Woman that could potentially come in this update. And there is one more Spider-Woman I do think could come, but she's not in Future Fight, so I can't show you. Spider-Woman, another very popular Spider-Woman that could make it in with this update. I don't think she is. I don't think she's really in the runnings. And Silk, another very popular Spider-Woman. I don't think she's in the runnings for the update, but they could. You know, this is another Spider-Woman, I guess, if they wanted to add her. But I changed what I said before. Before I was thinking only the male Spider-Man, and now I change it to Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, and Carnage. Those are the 3 characters I think are coming in this next update. Miles Morales is a guarantee. Spider-Gwen, like 75 to 90% sure, and Carnage 75 to 90% sure. I'm just saying, guys, that's a even better prediction now that we're considering Spider-Woman. So glad I put that in the video, because you guys would have mauled me in the comments for forgetting about Spider-Gwen. See you guys. But either way, I don't think we can go wrong with who we get in this upcoming patch. Let me know who you think are going to be the villains down below. Let me know what I got wrong about Ben Reilly, because I'm sure his name might not even be Ben Reilly. That being said, guys, what do I know? I am just a 17-year-old. Signing off, guys.